There it goes. Hello everyone. Today's 1.180. I already made a video earlier today, but I feel the need to kind of make another one that'll just be for the channel here because I think I have some good news, and that is that I received confirmation today that I will be having my second consultation for surgery in January. And so I'll be going back to see the surgeon. I saw her 10 months ago, and she basically told me I was fat, and we've already been all through that, lose weight, etc., etc. So I'm really happy to be able to go back and see her and to kind of give somewhat of an update and status. And I have 72 days to lose about 28 pounds, something like that. 28, 29 pounds. I thought it was 24 for a minute. I was like, no, that'd be too much. So, I just wanted to share the news. And I think before I was so caught up in GCS and the excitement of it, and I kind of overdid it on my Facebook page. So I'm not going to post much about it. But, a couple things going on. And so weight loss is like very important, and that's something that's been kind of an ongoing thing for me for quite a while, is to lose the weight. And I'm not eating enough calories. That's kind of how I'm starving my body. And so at the end of the day, I stop eating like 4:30 or 5. It's now 11. So I'm not eating 6 hours. So I'm pretty hungry, but I don't want to eat. And it's I don't necessarily, and I don't say that as a complaint. I don't want to eat because I want to lose weight. And the only way I'm going to lose weight is if my body, kind of eats itself. That's what it's got to do. And so it's a mildly uncomfortable feeling, and it's a lot easier just to go to bed and forget about it. Go to bed and sleep through your hunger, and wake up tomorrow morning and I'll get to eat a little bit of fruit or a salad. But it is a concern of mine. What happens if we go 72 days here and I don't lose the weight? But I think I will. I'm very determined. And I'm also, like today, I actually exercised for 10 minutes, and I'll increase that as need be. But as I said a year ago, or about when I got home from my appointment in March, and I had to lose 120 pounds, it's no way to live. It's no way to live. And so I'm hoping that in 72 days, we'll go see her and all will be well. And if everything is favorable, they'll assign me a date for surgery, and I'll start eating again. I gotta eat. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we're determined. This is something we do. So that's kind of a bit of a challenge, and not a boo-hoo, poor me. It's just I'm hungry. And knowing that you do it for your own benefit, this is going to help me out in the long run, etc., etc. So I kind of have a little bit of queasiness and sick to my stomach because I'm hungry. But as part of revisiting the idea of having surgery, I wanted to familiarize myself with the surgical procedures and what it entails. And I found some good animations on YouTube, surgical animations as to what they do. And I won't go into any specifics here, although we're all adults, hopefully. And I just up front, I want to say I think it's amazing what techniques, and I could probably, if I try to remember what the technique my surgeon's going to use, but they're all very similar somewhat. Not that I'm an expert, okay? But I'm very squeamish about those kinds of things, and so it was very it was a challenge for me to watch the videos. And I watched 3 videos, 3 different surgeries, and uh, twice each one, and then the last one I watched 4 or 5 times because it was really kind of good. It had a lot of computer animation to it, and they moved and showed you why they did what they did and everything. But I'm very squeamish anyway. I don't enjoy TV shows, for example. It's the hospital dramas where people come in and they need surgery and blood, and not my cup of tea. So it made me very squeamish anyway. And in school, I could not dissect things. I mean, I did for a grade, but I mean, cutting open frogs and stuff, just not interested. And God bless doctors who have to do that for their persistence and knowledge, and of course the surgeons who can tolerate that. God bless them. But I think I couldn't go into it without knowing step by step what they're going to do to me. And before I kind of glibly said, I'm going to be knocked out. I don't care. I don't care. Well, yeah, I do care. As much as I hate to admit it, I do care. As I want a functional clitoris and etc. etc. But up until today, really, I had been avoiding it. And so my mind is processing right now and probably picking apart and storing information. So I'm a little out of it anyway. Plus, like I said, I'm a little queasy. And I've kind of been thinking ahead a little bit about what would I tell my daughter. I've never lied to my daughter. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. And, I think, like most things, I'll know when the time is right. And I don't want to get my hopes up again like I did last year, because it really crushed my spirit to go up there and have everything done and your papers, and to come home empty-handed. And I understand, even if I get through the next portal, through the next gatekeeper stage, then we have finances, and I'm gonna be a mess if it comes down to I don't have the money for the surgery, having lost the weight. I mean, I don't know how long I can keep this off. Obviously I'll do what I have to do, but if I go up there and it's like, no, you can't have surgery for 6 months. Are they gonna weigh me when I show up at the hospital, and then if I've gained 10, 20 pounds, be like, no, you can't have surgery now. So we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. But I feel the need to share it because it's definitely part of my blog. It's part of my transition, and that's what this blog is about. So like I said, I'm a little sick because I'm hungry. I'm a little sick because I have to lose weight. Obviously, there's some stress there. And I'm a little bit queasy for all the videos I just watched. And I'm just amazed at what they can do, and how they do it, and the strategy of turning it inside out, turning it right back, turning it inside out, turning it right back. It's going to take me a while to process it. I mean, it's what I want to do. I mean, again, it's, you could tell me we're going to, I don't know, I don't want to go too gross, but, inside out, upside down, right side out, it doesn't matter. If the final result is a neo vagina-like, clitoris-like thing, then yeah. And I'm very interested, again, to watch the video and see the placement of where things are. And I for the life of me, I always wondered, well, how are you going to pee? How are you going to pee? And of course, they showed how they do that. And so, again, it built, while it was kind of queasy to watch, it built some confidence. It's not a magic thing. I know how it works, at least from a observer point of view. And really, that's just about it. And like I said, the final thing is just a little bit of fear as to what happens if I get there and it doesn't work out. And I guess maybe as a final postscript at the end of the video here is, I've, for like the last year or two, I've felt about a little bit of apprehension about what comes next. Surgery has been such a huge, huge, huge desire of mine since I was in middle school, and I found out it was possible, and then to get to this point and to wonder, okay, what's next? Obviously from a transition point of view, one could hope that my body, without the testosterone from the testes, I'll have better results going forward. I won't have to take so many competing things, all of the Spiro to block the testosterone. My body will not be inundated with all of this forced change, as much forced change. And obviously then, I think the only thing left for me is to finish the electrolysis I'm starting up top. And that's it. So then you're like, well, what happens next? And I remember when Melanie Ann Phillips, who had a series of, she was like, had the voice training cassette tape, the VHS cassette tape was her thing. I remember after she had her surgery, and after a couple of years, she said something about, I need to leave this part of my life behind me. I'm no longer a trans woman going through transition. I am a fully transitioned post-op trans woman. I need to start the chapter of my life that I am a woman, etc., etc., etc. Like it's the next chapter. It's a new phase and whatnot. And part of me wonders again from that point, will I find somebody? Will I not? Will I be single? From what I can tell from the video, most of your sensory neurons and everything is intact. And so, yeah, you'll feel it. It's not a stent. Dilator, it's possible to get off single, I guess, masturbate with a, vibrator or whatever. And, so again, to be quasi-satisfied or stimulated, thank goodness that's possible if everything goes well with the surgery. Everyone's results may vary. So even if I don't end up in a relationship with someone or I'm sexually active, I still will get to experience as much as I can as what a woman experiences, what I imagine a woman experiences in sex. And hopefully, find somebody. But again, the rest of my life, I have the rest of my life to think about that and find out what happens. What is post-op like life. And so yeah, I'm curious, and we'll see. There are times where I feel like things have fallen into place pretty well and I'm just kind of riding the current, and then there are other times where you're fighting, you're digging in your paddles and you're working your way along, so it's just part of the story, but anyway, don't know if I really cleared the air or not, but I feel better, and that's kind of why I make these videos, so I can understand and go back and hopefully someone maybe learns from my mistakes or whatnot. Alright, well I think I need to go to bed soon or I'm going to throw up. I get too much hunger, video queasiness, everything's all kind of coming together. So I think it'd be good to just go to bed and Control Alt Delete my brain here. But until next time, I hope everyone is great, and we'll catch up with you later. All right, bye bye. Good luck.